Now, once again, Katie Couric.
Here's a strange question. How would you feel about sharing your spouse? Before you say, forget it, there could be some advantages. Fewer household chores, yet another income. Interesting pillow talk. Well, before the idea starts to appeal to you too much, remember, polygamy is illegal, not to mention to most people, immoral. But that hasn't stopped about 50,000 Americans from saying, I do, I do, I do. Elizabeth Vargas met a few who did.
When I first met Alec, I just knew he was my husband.
I didn't know at all precisely what was ahead of me, but I knew I couldn't say no.
Alex is a very caring, very warm, extremely intelligent person. To me, Alex is a hero.
9 women, 9 friends. Women who share more than Sunday afternoon outings on the lake. They share the same husband. Alex Joseph, his 9 wives, and his 19 children may be America's most modern polygamous family.
I like this lifestyle. I like his wives. I like his family, and I think...
40-year-old Boudica Joseph has been married to Alex for nearly 20 years. She's a real estate broker. 40-year-old Elizabeth married Alex shortly after Boudica did. She's a lawyer. All the wives work. There's a park ranger, a graphic artist, saleswomen, and the town clerk.
Alex gets annoyed when I say this, but I really see it as a feminist lifestyle because it frees you to pursue without guilt, career, or whatever your interests are. And I'm enough of a traditionalist. If me going off to law school would have meant he didn't have somebody fixing breakfast or do his laundry, I wouldn't have gone.
What are the benefits to this arrangement?
Well, there's lots of them. Not nearly as much work. The benefits of a large family without all the work. Financial, practical, washing dishes, cleaning clothes, cleaning house, all that.
You know, I used to tell my mother when I was younger I was going to marry this perfect woman, and she said, boy, you're in for a real disappointment. And she finally admitted that I went ahead and had done that.
Married the perfect woman.
Yeah.
In 9 different people.
Yeah, why not?
Alex Joseph and his 9 wives have made their home here in Big Water, Utah. It's a tiny, dusty town on the Colorado Plateau on the edge of Navajo country. It is hundreds of miles from any major city. It's hard to get to, and they like it that way.
Well, I just didn't want to distress my neighbors, so I figured if I didn't have any neighbors, they wouldn't be distressed by my lifestyle.
You're gonna teach me? No, I'm not teaching. I'm at least...
If others find it distressing, the Josephs find polygamy natural.
There, now it's straight again. See? Oh. Coming in!
The family lives in a cluster of homes within shouting distance of each other. 4 of the wives double up and live together. 5 of the wives and Alex have their own homes.
What are these, Dad?
I don't know what it tastes like.
Hi, Diane.
They gather once a week for a family dinner. Most other nights, the wives take turns cooking for their husband.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody comes here if they feel the urge and puts their name on the calendar when they want to have dinner with him. See, Diane's a very nice person. She'll take a lot of days.
Diane has him over every Wednesday night.
Yeah, look, Joanna's a little lacking on the,
Joanna's had him over for dinner once this month.
Yeah, but Margaret doesn't even pretend.
I hardly ever feed Alec. And I haven't fed him for, gosh, a year probably. It's wonderful.
I can eat wherever I please, and it's not uncommon for me to go fix my own dinner. 5 on this side, 4 on this side is how much?
9.
What?
9.
That's close.
How does the finance part of this work?
Well, we pretty much all run our own affairs. We all pretty much pay for our own groceries, our own power bills, our own clothing.
And you all chip in to support Alex?
Well, no, Alex takes care of himself.
I used to be a Viking.
Over the years, Alex has done it all, from flying helicopters to police work to selling ginseng.
Alex computer is initiated.
Today, he's into computers, publishing, and real estate. And he's the mayor of Big Water. It's a wonder he has time for 9 wives.
She had this angry look in her.
She did that night, too.
How does this work logistically about seeing Alex on an individual, personal basis, not with all the other wives?
As far as sex, spending the night with him, we don't have a calendar on the wall. We just say, is anybody staying with you Saturday night? And he says, no. I said, well, may I? And it's just that simple.
You've never had a night where two wives said, we'd like to be with you?
Last week, not this week.
What happened?
Well, we're family. We work it out. Not a problem.
I was surprised Don asked a week ahead of time yesterday. I'd never do that. He'll forget.
The avoidance system makes you think, where's the spontaneity
Well,
of...
but that's why I say basically, you know, as a general rule, but there's plenty of spontaneity. I mean, he's amazingly available, okay? It's not like you got to stand in line to get a night with him. 99 out of 100 times you could call him at midnight and say, can I come up? And he'd say yes.
Really? With 9 wives?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Actually, Alex goes without dinner and sex and getting his bed made lots of times. Because we all think somebody else is doing it.
Who said that?
No wife complains of a lack of attention or affection from Alex. They say there's enough of him to go around. But all admit to private battles with jealousy.
Polygamy can be harmful for people in an emotional way. It can be
Psychiatrist Jess Grossbeck has treated a score of patients from polygamous marriages and has studied over 200 others.
I think it probably affects the children most because they have to identify themselves many times, and it's a struggle for them with the kind of friends that are outside, not living plural marriage, and the ostracism that brings to them.
Do you, brother Alec Joseph, take sister Agnes Paulette Combs?
Not all of Alex Joseph's marriages have worked. He's been married a total of 13 times.
I do.
The marriage to Paulette didn't last. She left on good terms, but others did not.
You're not just marrying Alec, you're marrying us, the wives, too, you know. And I found that if the women didn't develop a relationship with the other women, they usually left.
And so if you're here just for Alec, you're done, you're finished, because it doesn't work.
How long?
And we're really good at running people off that do that.
How do you do it?
We're mean. We're just really mean. We're gone.
Although polygamy has been illegal since the late 1800s, there are now more polygamists in the United States than there ever were. Many of them have retreated to the isolated areas of the Mountain West, where they created quiet communities like this one, where they don't have to live in secret, and where most of their neighbors are polygamists too. The people of this Montana town don't want its name revealed. They don't want outside interference. This is a place where church rules are strict, where children are taught about the prophets and what they call the principle, the lifestyle of polygamy. Here, polygamy is sacred, the key to eternal happiness. They call themselves fundamentalist Mormons, but the official Mormon church rejects them and their belief in plural marriage.
In this town, what is a typical polygamous family? How many wives might somebody have? How many children might somebody have, typically?
Oh, typically maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3 wives? Can you tell me how many kids you have?
I suppose I could tell you that. I have 28 children. And
unlike the Josephs, most polygamists are reluctant to speak to outsiders. Ted, who asked us not to reveal his last name, is a spokesman for the community. He worries that too much attention could destroy what he and his neighbors have built.
Since Waco, we're considered a cult by the government and other people. We just want to be left alone. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to cause anybody any harm or problems. We just want to be left alone to live our religion.
Some of the people in this town remember the last time the law came after polygamists. It happened 40 years ago in a place called Short Creek on the Utah-Arizona border. Even the young have heard of Short Creek, and they're very careful when they leave here to shop or work in the outside world. Valette Stoker is one of Sean Stoker's 2 wives.
One time we were in Missoula at Kmart, all 3 of us. And if we ever happened to see one of Sean's work, which we did that day, then I automatically become Sean's sister.
You're introduced to Sean's sister?
Yeah, if they happen to see me, but if they don't, you know, I just run and hide behind an aisle or something somewhere.
The Stokers say that they're more concerned about persecution than they are about prosecution. After all, polygamy is a misdemeanor in Montana, and local lawmen tell us they can't remember ever prosecuting polygamists.
Here's Tamara's boat.
In Utah, polygamy is a felony, but Deputy Attorney General Reed Richards says that his office has more important things to worry about.
If you're going to send people out to investigate crime,
Maybe we ought to look to crime that is violently going to affect other people. It's going to injure other people, such as child abuse, rapes, murders, and so forth.
But as for Alex Joseph, he says he wants more than just to be left alone. He wants his lifestyle to be legal.
If we just take the principle of personal liberty, that a person should be allowed to do anything in the pursuit of his own freedom that doesn't interfere with someone else's, then it's nobody else's business. And it most certainly isn't the government's business.
Wanted to be free, to live the way he chose to live and be who he could be.
We are a real family. We're not just women that live in different houses and we're all married to one man.
Tell me how you feel about all the other wives. Deep, abiding friendship, the love of a friendship.
And do you feel that society should accept this arrangement for what it is and not judge it?
Well, no, if they accepted it for what it is.
You think there'd be more of it?
Yeah. Yeah, if people understood, if intelligent people understood this lifestyle, there'd be a lot more of it. There really would.
Incidentally, there are very few women with multiple husbands. When we come back, At Home with Michael Keaton.